Welcome to IsMechanicalEngineeringHard.blogspot.com. This site is meant to be a tutorial for both professionals and students in mechanical engineering, finance, analytics, and so on. This particular blog post that I created was for Bitcoin, and I named it, "Is This the New Gold Rush?" So a lot of people are studying Bitcoin and interested in this new currency right now. So I created a targeting tool for forecasting, which I'm going to explain how to use in this video. So a lot of people ask me where to get the data for this type of product. And it's very easy. This is just one of many places where you can get your data. You can get your data from your own bank. You can get your data from information that people provide you, and you can also get your data from Google Trends. So there's Google Trends. And let's say I was looking for trends on orange juice. There's Bitcoin right there. But if I was looking for orange juice, for example, there it is. And if you log on, if you sign your name and password, your email address and password into the sign-in box here, you can go down to here and you can download the CSV data once you're in this area. When you download the CSV data, you can add your data right here, which I've already done for orange juice. And what I also wanted to talk about in this particular presentation is 1, the disclaimer, 2, how to use this tool, 3, what do I need to use this tool, 4, where do I get my data, which we discussed briefly, and 5, where do I purchase this tool. So let's talk about the disclaimer. There's your disclaimer that you're going to get if you decide to purchase this particular tool. And it just basically says that you understand that this is for teaching purposes only. If you do decide to use this for your own gain, whether it's investing or any other avenue, you do that at your own risk. I have nothing to do with that. And it's basically very self-explanatory. And okay, what can this tool do for you? Well, there's 3 places that I have data and graphs, 3-period moving average, linear trending, and seasonal forecasting. So what is 3-period moving average? So the moving average is simply a mathematical way of taking the last 3 periods, say period 1, 2, 3, and 4 data, averaging that data, and then posting that data to period 4. So every period is going to be the average of the 3 previous periods. So when you have data that fluctuates so radically, especially new currency data, or no matter what type of seasonal data you have, it kind of tempers that data, and it gives you more of an idea in general of where that data is going. Linear trending gives you one, a specific level, an average level of value for your trend, and 2, it gives you a slope of that trend. It essentially gives you a line, an estimated line. And seasonal forecasting provides a combination of these averages and gives you a seasonal forecast, and at the 25th period, it gives you an estimate of where the targeted value should be after you estimate given the 24-period data. So this is where you copy and paste your data for your 3-period moving average. So let's go ahead and take this data. So this is the data for orange juice through week ending February 1st, 2014. So I'm simply going to copy that. Go over here, do a pay special values, boom, and there's my three period moving average, and I'm going to do the same thing for my linear trend, pay special values, boom, and I'm going to do the same thing for my final forecast, pay special values, boom. Okay, let me go ahead and save that information. So let's go back to the period moving average. So you'll see here that from the 3-period moving average perspective, where my last data point here was 52, the forecasted next period using this 3-period moving average is 49. The linear trend, the last period provided was 52, and the forecasted value is 49.52, and then the combined, which is really the most value added, is the seasonal forecast. As you can see, the Google Trends gave us a value of 52 for orange juice, and our next forecasted value is 45.72. And this tells you that that's a decrease of 12.1%. Now, if, for example, I was using this particular data to gain value of, say, the orange juice commodity, I'm not saying that that's what this is, I'm just saying if you're using this tool for that purpose and you knew and trusted this particular data being analogous data, which is data that isn't exactly the numeric value of the dollar amount for orange juice commodity, but data that might portend that value, you could then take this blue box and say for period, your 24th period here, or value 2052, if you had the dollar value of that, let's say that orange, whatever orange juice commodity is, $10 at period 24, you enter that, and there's your forecasted value for the 25th period, $8.79. And that's your final graph. As you can see, it has your actual data in blue, your 3-period moving average, your linear trend, and your final forecast. I will note, going back to the final forecast here, that I have a value of MAD, and this is very important. That stands for mean absolute deviation. I have a whole other separate video that talks about mean absolute deviation, and you can see this mean absolute deviation is 2.91. What that literally means is your 2.91 units, or whatever units that you're using here, away from the actual value statistically. Okay. So again, there's your graph, and here is your final forecast for period 25's data. And let's see. So what did we talk about? We talked about the disclaimer. We talked about what the tool does for you. It forecasts your value that you're looking for. Now, what do you need for this tool? I developed this tool in Excel 2007, so I assume that you can use this in Excel and later versions of Excel, and it should also be backwards compatible. There's no guarantee, but you should really look to see what differences there are between Excel 2007 and other versions of Microsoft Excel. We talked about where we get the data. You can get the data from any place. You can usually what people do is they download what's called CSV data, with a .csv at the end of the name of the data file.
and we discussed a little bit about what analogous data was. And where do you purchase this tool? This tool is available for currently $9. It's available at IsMechanicalEngineeringHard.blogspot.com, and it's also available at the Payload store at store.payloads.com. I hope this information was valuable to you, and I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.